Really excited to have these two on today's episode. I think you guys are the new power couple of UConn Athletics right now. We've got Sione Moa and Kaitlyn Richins both transferring into UConn for football and women's soccer. So excited to welcome you both to Connecticut, and thanks so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
We're
much.
excited. Thank you.
Yeah, so I guess let's start with this one, and curious to hear both your perspectives. Obviously coming from Utah to UConn has to be quite the change. How did you both come to kind of find out about UConn and think about heading out this way?
Want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, when I went, we both did a kind of a dual official visit, which was pretty cool. So
Yeah,
on the official visit, that's really our first time in Connecticut or anything about like anything over there, and we just loved it out at UConn and the facilities and our staffs that we really loved, and we're like really felt good about playing for them. So I had some more visits lined up, but I ended up canceling my visits because we decided together that we were gonna go to UConn. So. Yeah, that was my first visit in the portal, so it happened pretty quick. But
there you go. One and done. That's all it
Yep.
takes here at UConn. Uh,
Yeah.
How about you, Kate? What were your initial thoughts as you're on this visit walking around UConn?
Yeah, everything that he said, I think like the first thing that stood out to me was just both staffs were so nice and welcoming. Like that initial um first time we met, like they were all super, super nice. So
Yeah.
that felt good. And then it was also beautiful. Like he was saying, we that was our first time really on the East Coast. And neither of us have been to Connecticut, but it was so, so pretty. The campus was really beautiful. And then the facilities too were really nice. So
Yeah. So take us through your story a little bit. How'd you both first meet?
You can say how we first met, then I'll say like portals.
okay.
Yeah.
So we both met, we actually were both up at Utah State
Yep.
um our freshman year. So we met there and then both of our sports are in the fall. So we started dating after that first fall of our freshman year. Well, sort of. Kind of the first spring, I guess. We started hanging out after the fall and then spring started dating.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so that's how we started dating, and then our journey to right now was, I guess, I played my freshman year at Utah State, and she was playing soccer up there, and then I decided to go play at BYU, and I ended up leaving Utah State, went to BYU,
Yeah.
and then she stayed at Utah State for 2 years. I played at BYU for 2 years. So we kind of did like long mid distance for a
I,
little
I,
bit.
I was gonna say, I feel like long distance probably has to be in quotes a little bit there.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Utah geography. How far is it between the two?
It's like an hour 30,
2 hours,
two
I would
hours,
say.
like
2 hours,
2 hours.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
not terrible.
Maybe depends on what car you're
It's really not
driving
too
faster.
bad.
But yeah, so we did like the 2 hour drive often. And then we both were going to our fifth year. And I was looking for a little bit more other than what BYU was giving me. And I told her I was going to transfer. And she had one more year where first she was planning on being done and just kind of going where I'm going to go play at. And we were kind of just going to start our life. And
Yeah.
then it was like she's coming off a great season. And then so she's like, I'll just go play where you're going to play at. And then we both went to UConn, and that was like a,
Try to play.
oh
Are
yeah.
you
But
that?
yeah, but she could play,
No,
she could play anywhere.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
So
wanted to
yeah,
try.
we went then with UConn. Then I left BYU. She got in the portal as well, and then we ended up at UConn. So ended up great.
Yeah, no, really cool to see how you both ended up there. Kind of the decision, I guess, to come to UConn once you hit the portal. What is it like? Are you both looking at the same schools? How does that go? Are you both in touch with coaching staffs? How did that whole process play out?
Yeah, I guess for me, because I've been in the portal more than her a little bit. Leaving Utah State, I kind of knew where I guess where I was gonna go. I kind of knew it was like I'm going to BYU
Yeah.
because it was just already in the works. But then this time leaving BYU, it was really for me. I was just getting in the portal, looking for the best opportunity that checks all the boxes that I'm looking for my fifth year. And so it didn't like I wasn't necessarily for me at least
Yeah.
like I wanted to be this school or this school. It was just whatever school checks the boxes that personally I feel like I went for my last year of college, that's the school I'll go to. No matter like it wasn't about like I wasn't chasing a conference or a school
Yeah.
or a division or anything like that for me.
I'm curious. So were you the one, Sione, who found UConn and kind of had that connection to hit it off? And then, Kaitlyn, what was your initial thought if that was the case when he said, "Hey, I think I want to go to UConn"?
Yeah, he was the one who UConn reached out to him first, actually.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the portal when they had reached out, but
Okay.
they said, or when he said, yeah, when they wanted him to go out there and he decided he was going to take the visit, I got in the portal and then reached out to Coach Mags.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think, like I said before, I was planning on being done with soccer, and then because I wanted to be close to him and take those next steps with him. So I was really prepared for whatever, whatever school it was. I just think I just wanted him to find a place where he felt, valued, and like
Yeah.
it was a situation where he can do the things he wants to do for his last year. So
Yeah.
so lucky it worked out for both of
Yeah.
us.
How do you guys feel both coming to programs now at UConn, coming off really good seasons the past season? Obviously, UConn football really went on a tear, and women's soccer too, making the NCAA tournament and getting the win there.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big thing in my decision because when she told me she wants to take her last year, like I was like, well, I really want it to be a good situation for both of us now. It's like
Yeah.
almost I'm in the portal for both of us. That's how I felt because she was at Utah State. They're coming off a great season. BYU, we're coming off a good season. So it was like, let's go to a place where like it makes sense for both of us. I don't want to go to maybe not a good situation football wise, but good soccer or vice versa. So, but UConn has the best of both worlds, so it really made sense for both of us.
Yeah. All right, so I got to hear it firsthand. I know there was a little bit in it in a piece that my friend Dom Amore wrote on you guys, but I got to hear the proposal story firsthand. So tell the listeners how that all played out.
You should
You
say
want me
it.
to tell?
Yeah, you
Okay.
say it.
So, well, to start, Sione was always telling me, like we had gone ring shopping and stuff, and he was like, "You're not gonna know when I propose," and I was like, "I feel like I will, just because I think he's like very open with things." So I was like, "I definitely will know. Like, I don't think he can keep a secret that well for me." And then, it was January, and this past January, and then he actually had his family text us in a group chat. His mom texted us in a group chat and said, "Hey guys, his dad, Ben, he's like, got an award for real estate, and there's like a ceremony or something this Saturday. If you guys like will come and dress up nice and stuff, it's gonna be at one of the ski resorts in Utah." And then he was being funny about it. He was like, "I don't know if I want to go." I was like, "Why would you, like, what? We're not doing anything. Why would we?" And then he was like, "Okay, we can go, but like I don't want to dress nice." And I was like, "Okay." Like that was, I guess, the initial like, why is he being kind of like weird about it? Then it came down to it, and that like day, it was Saturday, so it got to Saturday, and he'll say he wasn't nervous. Maybe he wasn't, but he was definitely like
Acting it?
yeah, he was like always on his phone, looking at his phone. He was like asking to pick out my outfit and my jewelry, and I was like, never once cared about that before. And so yeah, so then we got like dressed up or whatever and headed up to the ski resort, and then he had his mom text us and say like, meet at this spot because there's like a pretty spot. We want to take a family picture since everyone will be dressed up.
Yeah.
So pulled up to the spot, and it was actually snowing this day. It was really cold. And then he was like, "Okay, let's go like check out the spot." And I was like, "I'm not getting out of the car unless your family's here because it's so cold." And then he was like, "No, it's okay. Like, let's just go." Because I was like, "I don't see their car anywhere." And then that's when I started to tell like, okay, like it's definitely, I think, happening right now. Like, why did you get the car so bad? And then we both got out and walked down the trail, and then he had like this really sweet setup. And then some of our friends were taking pictures and videoing for us. So
Very nice. So were you ultimately surprised?
honestly, I I feel like I was definitely surprised. I was like asking him after he did it. I was like, wait, so was your dad getting an award? Like, he's like, no, it was just this. So I was surprised about that. But I had a feeling for sure that he was doing
That-
it. He
that-
acted so nervous. So
yeah, I've got to say that's the pro move. I used my dad to like kind of get the proposal stuff
Yeah,
off the ground there. So good work there. It definitely helps throw a little curveball in there.
yeah, it does for sure.
So I know UConn fans want to, get to know you both a little bit more outside of sports. What do you guys like to kind of, do, whether it's on your own or together?
When we go first?
you go first.
I guess I mean I don't really like we've talked about this. I think we've said like we want to get more hobbies, but
Me
like
too.
I feel like I enjoy doing anything like I guess competitive wise, like whatever. I don't really have like a specific hobby, but like we're playing pickleball,
Nice.
go to the arcade, play some games against my brothers or play some games against her. That's fun, but and we're just hanging out with my teammates or hanging out with my friends.
Yeah,
No,
nice.
nothing like specific
He
for
loves
me.
working out so much. He's always working out.
Oh yeah, but I feel like that's sports kind
That
of.
is, yeah, he definitely is like very good at, making sure he's staying in shape for whatever he's doing.
Yeah,
You do love to spend time with your family too. Like we do
Yeah.
a lot of stuff with both of our families
that's
since
nice.
now we're living close to both, so
Yeah.
we spend a lot of time with both of them.
Yeah,
But
yeah. What do you like to do?
oh my gosh. Um I learned how to knit this year.
Okay.
I don't do it anymore, but I did learn how to do it. So,
Nice.
but that's one thing we want to do, like learn more hobbies and not doing the best at it. But
All right, we'll find something that you guys could get into here in Connecticut.
Yeah, we gotta find some
yeah,
good
maybe there's
hobbies
some
in
good things
Connecticut.
there.
Just like Alex, grilling season is back. And while our favorite team reloads, it's your turn to load up the grill with Martin Rosel's, the best meats Connecticut has to offer. Since 1928, Martin Rosel's has been crafting top quality hot dogs, kielbasa, and sausages using original recipes and only the finest ingredients. So as the warm weather returns, remember, both championship teams and great cookouts start with the right lineup. Look for Rosel's at your local grocery store or stop by their retail store in New Britain. And now, back to the episode. All right, I got some more fun ones to get to know you. I ran these by my wife to make sure you're not going to get in any trouble by answering these honestly. So you're
That's good.
you're good here. All right, so we'll start with this one. Who's the more competitive of the two?
He
Me?
is-
I mean, maybe me.
he is.
All right,
But she is competitive though. That she's not. She's definitely competitive.
I feel like, yeah, maybe it's just depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Probably.
all right. Who takes longer to get ready on game day?
Her for sure.
I take just in general the longest to get ready.
All right, who's got the like crazier pregame ritual or superstitions or things like that?
Me,
Her.
for sure.
She
All right,
likes.
let's hear them.
She likes to drink. She has to drink a coffee before she plays.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
go get my coffee and I listen to Olivia Rodrigo usually.
Yeah.
And I have to do like my everything shower. But we'll see if that sticks for this time around. I don't know. There's a lot of different little things. So
Hey, if it works, you got to stick with it. If it worked at Utah State, you better be bringing that to UConn. So,
Yeah. Yeah, she needs to find a good coffee spot for her pregame coffee.
yeah,
all
we
right,
saw
well-
Duncan's over there when
yeah. Duncan's all over the place. We'll make sure we find you some good coffee spots out here. I know you mentioned Olivia Rodrigo. I was going to ask, like, what's the pregame song of choice for each of you?
yeah, her probably
Her?
Olivia
Do you have a
Rodrigo.
specific song that you like by her?
No, it's whatever. I don't know. I think like a couple years ago, I listened to her when, like, I think it was during the tournament, the Mountain West tournament for our team, and then ever since that, I just listened to her before games. So
All right, how about you?
I feel like I don't have a necessarily one song, but I feel like I like to like ramp up my
Okay.
music like throughout the day. Like when we're on the bus, like driving to the game, I'll probably listen to like reggae. I don't even know how
Okay.
big reggae is in like Connecticut. And like kind of like chill, like
Yeah.
and then as soon as we get off the bus and like I'm about to start getting ready, like I'll put on some rap like Young Boy or something, start ramping it up a
There we
little
go. So how you get into it.
Yeah.
Who's the better cook of the two?
Her. She taught me, and she teaches me a lot about
All right,
cooking too.
what's the go-to meal that you like first started teaching him?
Well, so that's a good question. I feel like I do like to cook, but I feel like I don't really ever cook like a meal. With him, he obviously has to maintain weight for football.
Yeah.
He also likes to eat pretty clean. I was telling the coaches this when we were there. But what we do like every week is just get a big thing of chicken breast
Okay.
and put it in the crock pot or like slow cooker and just add sauce and then shred it up. And he eats like we'll just eat that pretty much. Not me usually because I get sick of it, but he likes to eat that with rice and vegetables. So
All right, there you go. It's like almost like a homemade Chipotle type thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we need to switch it
But
up
she's a
though.
good cook.
All right, there you go. Who plans the better date nights?
He does. I'm not
Probably me.
planning
All right,
dates.
all right. What's the best date night he's planned for you?
Oh, he's done really, really good ones. The other day he got we went and got our like favorite pizza place and then took it home and he had bought some like canvases and paints
Oh,
and
nice.
painted stuff for each other. So that was
Oh, nice. You're making all us guys look bad. I mean,
oh, he does a really good actually he does a great job.
nice. Well, you guys will like Connecticut's known for its pizza, so if you guys like pizza, you're gonna be really happy
Yeah.
when you get out here. Um, I guess I'll just wrap with this one. What are you guys most looking forward to about being out here in Connecticut?
For me, I'm looking forward to most is just like meeting my teammates and like that camaraderie that comes with that, and then the season. I like it
Yeah,
almost feels like for me because it's both of our fifth years. This feels like almost like kind of a business trip. Like we're gonna be there till for like 7 months, 8 months, and like make the most out of our last year. So it's like when I get there, it's I don't want to say it's all work, but it's a lot
yeah,
of work. Just we're coming out there for to be put myself in the best position to help my team win. That's all like focus
yeah.
is.
When you were at BYU or Utah State, did you play Air Force? I know football plays Air Force this year,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
maybe
Utah State, we played Air Force, so I know about the triple option and
yeah,
but the amount of tackles you can get as a linebacker in that game because they run the ball 50
yeah.
times, you can get like 20 tackles that game.
You were on the Utah State team when UConn went out there a few years ago, right?
Yeah, so I didn't go play at UConn, but I played UConn. That was my freshman year. That was my first
Okay.
game as a freshman. We played UConn, then went to Alabama, played at Alabama, and then played Weber State. That was our first three games.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's quite the three to start the year.
Yeah.
And how about you, Caitlin? What are you most excited to look forward to here in Connecticut?
I think similar to what he had said, I think we're both really excited to just like be all into this last year for our sport and
Yeah,
just like make the most of it, be a part of this um new team and culture and everything. And hopefully, like you said, we're fifth years. So hopefully we can bring
yeah,
some some experience and then yeah, just be all in and have this new experience also together in Connecticut. So we're really excited.
definitely. I lied. You said something that got me wanting to ask one more question. What do you think each of you bring to your respective teams here this year? Especially being fifth year players.
Let me go first.
Mhm.
I feel like I mean, for me, maybe off the field wise, like I think I'll bring a leadership aspect to the team and maybe just like been around a lot of football players, a lot of football in my college, and I feel like I could bring like just some advice for maybe younger guys or how I've had success and kind of
Yeah,
showing guys like help trying to help them. Maybe this is like something that maybe held me back to something that helped me have more success faster. And then on the field, but like just being like fast, physical linebacker and being a smart linebacker is what I feel like I could do.
the kind of linebacker you want to see. So
Yeah.
I know UConn fans will be excited about that. How about you?
Um, yeah, I think the biggest thing like I want to bring is just well, when I was meeting with the coaches, they were talking about like the culture aspect on the team that it's really
Mhm.
important to them. So I hope that I can just help add on to that culture and be, you know, a good part of that and add to it. And then also, yeah, kind of like what he was saying with being a fifth year hopefully trying to bring leadership or that experience and
Mhm.
knowledge we have since being in athletics for these past 4 years. So that, and then on the field, yeah, I think kind of the same thing. I want to be like an aggressive center back and hopefully just play smart
Yeah.
and yeah, have fun.
Nice. Well, I really appreciate you both taking some time before you come out here to Connecticut to hop on the podcast with me tonight. Really excited to welcome you both to Connecticut. Exciting next chapter for the two of you to come out here together. So welcome to Connecticut. We're excited to see you both out on the field, and hopefully we'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. Thank
Yes.
you so
Thank you
much.
so much.